Yeah, I'm running up the damn tunes. I'm a trip like Cancun's, rolling through the sand dunes. Me and my mama, me and my brother, me and my father, cartoons. Every weekend they had to go to work and then my car's full. Turn the shit up, made the shit knock, making shit knock until they call the cops. Couldn't afford, win an award. Remember my mama drove Honda Accord. I jumped in the game, I wanted the racks. A lot of them hated, they ain't got my back. It only makes sense, I'm running it back. They wanted the fame, they turning it back. They turning their cheek, now turn to the side. Now they gon' watch as I jump in a ride. Now they gon' watch, now they watching me glide. Now they gon' watch me, now watching me float. Now they gon' watch as I sail on the boat. I'm running the tunes, pass the remote. Pass me the ball, I'm running the loaf. I'm running the rock, and you know I go. Yeah, I'm running up the damn tunes. I'm a trip like Cancun's, rolling through the sand dunes. Me and my mama, me and my brother, me and my father, cartoons. Every weekend they had to go to work and then my car's full. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Running up the damn tunes. Now that I'm back, I'm running it back. They said it was risky, I'm running them racks. Nah, it ain't risky, it's running them packs. I run with the lines, we running in packs. I am too soft when you do what you told. You just italicized, I am the bold. Running the cold since 3 years old. You in the cold and now you just froze. What do you mean, when I'ma stop? I ain't gon' stop until I reach the top. I ain't gon' stop until I reach the tippy. Jump off a PJ and show up my Bentleys. I look at your hand and both of them empty. All you gotta do is open your heart. All I had to do was open my heart. Now I see the light within the dark. Yeah, I'm running up the damn tunes. I'm a trip like Cancun's, rolling through the sand dunes. Me and my mama, me and my brother, me and my father, cartoons. Every weekend they had to go to work and then my car's full.
Hey. What's good, bro?
Yo, it's your boy Awesomeisjayell, aka the biggest music artist in the metaverse. What is good? And we are live for episode 3 of Beast on Air. I got the family in the building, man. I got to go through all of y'all. We got Sapphire just now pulling up. Shout out to her. We got Pooh in the building. You know what I'm saying? So we live in this thing, man. We live in this thing. So this is what we gonna do, right? Before we even get names out the way, you know what I'm saying? I got a little icebreaker I like to do. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna start every show like this. We're gonna go around the circle. Top 5, dead or alive. No, It ain't gotta be hip hop. Genreless, whatever genre you want.
Oh, you're crazy for this one, bro.
Yeah. Give me your top 5 dead or alive. Hey, look, I'm gonna go first, right? I did his last show. So we got Michael Jackson, number 1. We got Jay-Z, number 2. And number 3, I got Kanye West. At number 4, I got Andre 3000. And number 5 is Scarface. That's my top 5. Hey, yo, so hey, as we do this, y'all introduce yourselves. So we got the homie Abyss over here, man. What's good with you, homie? How you feeling?
Me go first on that? Damn.
Yeah, man. Come on. Hey, man, we gotta start with the OGs, man. We gotta start with the OGs. What you got?
Man, well, you threw Michael Jackson in the mix, so look, we ain't sticking to hip hop. We can just do whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's genreless, whatever you want, man. Whoever influenced you the most, put it like that. You know what I'm saying? I got some honorable mentions too. I got like Whitney Houston. And
I'm like, man, that's hard.
It's hard. It's hard, man. It's hard. But
I'm gonna have to go with the GOAT Stevie Wonder first.
Yeah.
You know damn, and then you can go all over the place from there. I'll throw in some of the cats that really influenced me specifically was like EPMD, you know what I mean? Like on the production side. But man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna throw in the old Kanye. The old Kanye got a lot of influence.
Okay.
But it's too hard it's too hard. That question is too hard for me because it's just too many great artists out there. But a lot of the ghosts you said for sure. I throw in the likes of like Public Enemy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
you know, some of the old school artists. You know what I mean? Damn, who else? You threw an Andre 3000 in there.
Yeah, I threw Andre in there.
I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
Okay. You ain't got to finish. No pressure. That's why it's an icebreaker question, right? I want to see. We want to let everybody know what we working with. You know what I'm saying? What
I'll take too much time. I'll take too much time sitting here naming all the people.
No, you good. Hey, you can let it marinate too. If you come up with some names during the show, you can throw them in a hat too. So. Sure. But let's go ahead and go on to the next person. We got Losi in the building. What's up, Losi? How you feeling?
What up? I'm good. Excited to be here.
Hey, that's great to hear. Hey, Losi, you turned over there. Hey, you know, I got. Hey, first of all, where are you coming from, Losi? Where you located?
I'm from all over the place. Right now I'm in Miami, but I live in Philadelphia. But right now I'm coming from Miami. Miami.
All right, cool. So Losi, the icebreaker. Who's your top 5 favorite music artists?
It's hard. Wow, very, very hard. But I again gotta repeat the king because Michael Jackson is up highly up there. I also have a lot of influences and really love Avicii. May he rest in peace too. Rihanna is my queen.
Okay.
And I also think I got very inspired, especially like younger, by Alicia Keys, and I really like Usher too.
Okay. I like those too.
It's a mix. You know, I'm a bit of a lot of things. Obviously, I have many more, but you know, you said 5, so I had to condense it. But it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah. I gotta make it hard on y'all, man. I'm sorry. It's part of my job. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make y'all, use a thinking cap a little bit. So
I mean, the heartbreaker, the icebreaker heartbreaker, Jesus Christ, that icebreaker was
the heartbreaker too.
Yeah, I know, right? Heartbreak. Hey, that's what I'm. Hey, Abyss, man, I'm gonna have to split you out some royalties. I'm gonna have to use them. Be like, man, this is a heartbreaker.
It's yours, bro. Go ahead.
It's like this is a heartbreaker, not an icebreaker. But look, let's go ahead and go on over to the queen herself, Sapphire. How are you doing, Sapphire?
Peace, happy Friday Eve. What's up? I'm so honored to be here.
Definitely. You know, I actually met Sapphire during the Kid Called Beast. Yeah. Like, man, it's just so many spaces going on all the time, and I kept running into her, and I found out she sings, she raps. I was like, oh, okay. I just kept that in the back of my mental, right? And then I started this show. I'm like, I gotta get Sapphire on. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, the heartbreaker.
Man, this is our heartbreaker. There's so many. I'm gonna say, MJ's already been said, so I'm gonna leave him out because I feel like the consensus is obviously he's the GOAT, right? And he set the the blueprint for everybody. So I'm gonna say James Brown, Nina Simone.
Oh yeah.
Nina Simone. Jay-Z is definitely a top for me. He's the one that got me into rap. Aaliyah and Sade.
Okay. I like those. Those are super.
There's more, but I said 5. I'm gonna leave it like that. But there's so many.
Yo, shout out to Reen. She said Maxwell. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. I could for real. There's obviously Janet Jackson. I could go on and on. I love that you said Scarface though. I low key kind of forgot.
Yeah, Scarface. He's definitely he's one of my favorite artists of all time, no doubt. Shout out to the Third Coast, Texas. You know what I'm saying? You know how they get down out there. But look, we did not skip over the homie. Wonderful, man, Mr. Wonderful. We got to get to you. What's good with you, homie? What you got going on?
Yo, first things first, peace to the room. Just came from a Web3 event, right? So we Web3 in IRL and we Web3 in virtually, right? Beautifully. For me, honestly, naturally, like everybody said, MJ is the guy. But honestly, in the crib that I came up in, Prince was the guy in the crib that we came up in, right? Signs of the Times, right? Watching all of those movies, right? Purple Rain, right? Just watching all of that stuff. So really, in the crib I came up in, Prince was the guy. right? And now I still like him to this day, right? Hove is the GOAT to me, right? That's my guy, right? I started living life when Son started making music, right? So for me, Hove is the guy. Esco is a definite, right? As a rapper, Nas is definitely one of my guys. Kanye is definitely one of my guys. Just both points, right? The whole he embodies Web3, right? Fashion, hip hop, mogul, right? To me, like, we need him to come over here. Kanye, we need you over here in Web3. Yo, Abyss, I heard you mention PMD and E. I got songs with P, so it was just dope that somebody shouted out. Somebody shouted out EPMD. That was just dope. So yeah, for me, that's probably my goats, right? Prince, Hov, Nas, Ye, and then honestly, I'll put Kiss in there. I always was a Kiss fan. His last year of what he was able to do, right, just solidify his position in the music game. So that pretty much rounds it out for me as an artist.
Aha! Kiss.
That was a good shot. That was a nice shot.
I'm second you on the Nas, dog. Like, especially like this run he got right now. He's just been absolutely amazing. Like, so I'm gonna throw in Nas for sure.
Yeah. I'm definitely rocking with the King Disease 2 album. I think that joint is fire. Definitely think that joint fire. Yeah, he got some joints on there. Hey, Mr. Wonderful, you said you had a song with which rapper in EMPD?
With PMD. And right, I've been doing music for a little minute, and as we get into this episode, I'll be able to reiterate, ladies and gentlemen, hard work is going to beat talent if talent don't work hard. I was talented, things just fell in my lap, and I really didn't take advantage of those different opportunities that fell in my lap. But yeah, in about 03, 04, P was putting together another Hit Squad project, and I just so happened to have a cousin that lived on his block, knew him his whole life, told him I did music, and they brought me in, and we was able to do the promo tour and all of that good fun stuff like when you're doing music. So I had some fun with hip hop. Always tell people, right, hip hop for me, it was beautiful. I just couldn't get one foot right on solid ground, right? I was always 1 foot in, 1 foot out. But I learned, right, and I'm able to let people know, man, hard work is going to beat talent if talent don't work hard. That's just the bottom line.
Preach.
Facts. Hey, I agree wholeheartedly, man. You know what I'm saying? I agree 110%. Telling you that. So my man, speaking real facts here. So look, let me go ahead and explain the format of the show to you guys and what's going on. As you can see, we got like a round table like setup. Like, that's the vibe I like to rock with, because that's going to help build community. You might meet somebody in here you want to collab with. You might want to do a song with them. You might want to produce with them, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That way, you don't have to put all your eggs in one basket. We got multiple casts here. You know what I'm saying? Reach out and touch base with them. But look, before I jump into that, we got the homie Crover 9000 in the building. What is good, my guy? You muted.
Your mic is off.
You muted, Crover.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, you still muted. You still muted right now, Crover. I don't know what's going on. It says that it's actually muted, like you got it muted. So I'm not sure.
Twilight Zone. Oh no.
All right.
There you go.
There you go. You should be unmuted now.
Now he look frozen.
Now he froze.
Okay. We can hear you. We can hear you, Crover, you there? We hear you.
I gotta bust.
He's just like a dramatic that's just like
recorded ones. Right. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yo, Crover be turned like this all the time. What's good with you?
Yeah, I wake up man, I'm feeling awesome, bro. Like, I just rushed home because I was downtown doing my thing, and I was like, damn, do I risk like having you guys on some crappy connection while I'm out painting, or do I go home and make sure I do this? So I was like, I should probably just go home and make sure I do this.
Yeah.
So here I am. Yeah, I'm feeling good, bro. You guys caught me just eating. I was just heating up the soup I made, so I was eating that. Are you allowed to smoke on this? Because it's on YouTube.
Yeah, you good, man. You good.
Nice.
Do your thing. Do what you're doing.
Well, hold on. Don't mind if I do then.
but look, Crover, look, Crover.
Yeah,
you gotta
the heartbreak. What's up? The heart. What do we call it?
Oh yeah, the heartbreaker. We gotta take you through the heartbreaker, man. Top 5 music artists. Top 5 music artists dead or alive.
Ooh, that's a tough one. See, like, and what you say? This is your favorite or most influence? Like people, that's something that you took most influence from.
Yeah, it could be that way. That's kind of how I look at it. That's how I look at it, like a layer of influences. Like, okay, this person inspired me the most, and this person, and this person. Kind of whoever comes to your mind, right? Because it's kind of natural. You know, it's kind of a natural thing. Whoever kind of comes to your mind, you know what I'm saying? They probably had an effect. You know what I'm saying? And then it's not to say over other people, but we just talking about right now what comes to your mind.
Yeah. See, it's tough for me. I don't know if I was ever heavily influenced by a lot of rappers, but I like people that I grew up listening to that I really messed with their.
No,
not
the suspense is killing me.
I know, right? Not the freeze. No, my guy is frozen.
The freeze.
That's crazy. You know, on Twitter Space we call that, when you get caught in the blockchain.
What? Oh, you guys are good there?
Oh, you good? We hear you now. We hear you now.
I don't know what's going on, man. This is so weird.
Nah, it's all good, man. Hey, but we're gonna put you on a little time clock. Hey, you got 30 seconds. Name a top 5.
Big L. Like, man, I would have to say Big L, Eminem, just because his storyline with the resonated. I'd have to say Wu-Tang because I guess in there I get a collective of a bunch of people. Like I get like multiple in one right there.
Okay.
Jedi Mind Tricks. And man, there's so many to choose from, bro. Like maybe Mos Def and
Chi-Town stand up again.
Man.
No, he's New York. I was thinking Common, my bad. He's New York, right?
New York, yeah.
Yeah, New York. Most definitely, he's New York. That's it. Crover, you ain't got to strain your brain, bro. That's a solid list.
Because I go in on things like that. I'll just sit there
I know, bro.
Talk forever.
I know Crover will give you a 2-hour breakdown. But look, here's an actual fun fact, Crover. It's funny that you put Big L in your list. My actual rap name, Awesomeisjayell, is JL is actually a combination of Jay-Z and Big L. So
nice.
I'm not sure if you guys remember there was a Hot 97 freestyle where Jay-Z and Big L was going back and forth.
Yes,
right?
I remember. Yeah.
So like back in the day, right? I used to have like a 95 Chevy, like a Chevy, right? A red Chevy. So I used to drive around. I used to listen to that freestyle over and over and over. Like I was obsessed with it. Like I remember the words and everything. And at the time I was like, man, I need to come up with a dope rap name. Because at the time I was, how, man, when you new as a rapper, you got to come up with, you change your mind on your names all the time, right? So like but this name, I was like, yo, this name gonna be my last name change. And it got to be fire. So I was listening to that freestyle. I was like, well, this is Jay-Z and this is Big L. I was like, you know what? JL. I was like, yo, that's my rap name. Like, I was so hyped, and I kept it. And then I add Awesome Is onto it because I'm a fan of Notorious B.I.G. And I was like, yo, B.I.G., when he made his name, he just described himself, right? He said he's Notorious B.I.G. I said, I'm awesome. You know what I'm saying? So that's the story of my name. So I wanted to give y'all that alpha. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Crover, you know what I'm saying, for bringing up Big L. That kind of, made me go ahead and jump down that wormhole real quick. But
Jay-Z too could have been on that list, bro.
Yeah,
Jay-Z should have been on that list for flow wise. Yeah.
Oh, and let me throw in the guy Dilla. I'm surprised.
Oh yeah, Dilla, man, Dilla, MF Doom is definitely one, bro.
Black Thought.
I forgot about him.
Black
Thought. Ooh. Bro, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot.
Lyrically though, for real, I don't think nobody is touching Black Thought.
Nobody, no, he's definitely.
I mean, I
Black
literally
Thought
had
is
to like
he a
study it,
goat,
had to
bro.
go to Google with it, like, you know what I mean, like.
You learn something new. You can listen to the same song of his like a million times. You gonna be learning. I'm like, you got geography and history. I'm learning stuff, and you spitting bars. Like,
big facts. He'll definitely put you on game to something you never thought about. You know what I'm saying? Right. But look, let's go ahead and keep it moving with the show, man. Like I said, the format of the show, I actually like to break it down into different segments. We probably gonna do like 3 segments today. And throughout those segments, all I'm doing is asking questions. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just put a question out there, and then we can all hit it on a round table. And then after we hit that question, we actually gonna go to one of y'all, because everybody should have a track today that they want to play. You know what I'm saying? So as we rotate throughout the segments, we're gonna go ahead and play your track and then get into your song, whatever your song is or whatever it may be. So that's the way I like to do the show, just to kind of break it up, because I don't want it to be too interviewee. You know what I mean? I want it to be like a natural flow, you know, from artist to artist, or if you're not an artist, you know, just give your input and your takes on what's going on. But the first segment, we're going to talk about how has the internet changed the music we listen to? How has the internet changed the music that we listen to? For instance, I'll tell you this, and it's really like recently, right? I mean, we got a craze with AI going on right now, right? It's kind of changed the game. It changed the game a lot, right? Because now, instead of waiting on your favorite artist to put out a track, you can go to, man, and I did this the other day. Like, I literally did this the other day. I went surfing for AI artists, AI music, right? And I went dumpster diving. Man, I found a whole Drake album, a whole AI Drake album. And I was like, yo, this is slick, kind of fire too. Like, it wasn't even trash. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Because now you don't have to wait on your favorite artist to put out music. You can go diving on YouTube and find an AI rap album, and you can listen to it, and it's actually decent. Like, so now that the AI really come into play, I could definitely say the way that listening to music is totally different. Like, it's just different, because not only am I listening to the AI artists, I'm also listening to what they're doing too, and it's giving me ideas about my music, you know, and what I'm doing. But let's go ahead and start with Abyss, man. Abyss, how has the internet changed the music that you listen to, if any?
I mean, personally, I would say like the way it's consumed, you know, I'd say is the biggest change from where we came from. I personally kind of got caught up in that, because that's when I started my career, is when all the Napster and all that bullshit was going on. And so when streaming came along a few years after that, it kind of knocked the whole industry on its ass, because nobody really knew what to do. You know, nobody knew how to rebound, no physical sales no more. And you didn't need the machine, you know, that is the record industry. So I would say on that scale, it changed what you listen to, because it was like music was being kind of force fed to you, but it opened up the whole palette. So it wasn't a radio station. It was like whatever you could think of to listen to. And from that perspective, you know, you start forgetting what came out, you know, because now you can listen to anything, you know what I mean? So I find myself kind of getting stuck in only listening to the songs that I may have liked on the platform and just putting it on shuffle, or, you know, I may have a few playlists that I set the moods for or whatnot, but it changed. You kind of lost that feeling of sitting down with the liner notes and reading who produced what and where the stories behind it. You know, you miss that feeling on a CD book, you know, flipping through your CD book in the car, trying to figure out what joint you're going to listen to, you know. So I would say, to sum it up, I would say you feel a little more detached from the music. It doesn't have that cultural impact or that nostalgic feel like it used to, at least for me. I'm a little older, so, you know what I mean? I might be dating myself, but you know what I mean? I don't have that same nostalgic feeling with music. It's more disposable now, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree, man. And I actually remember The last time I did that, man, what you talking about was actually the Kanye West graduation album. Me and the homie we waited outside of Target, just to get the booklet. We was in the car listening together, like, bro, this is fire. Like looking through the book and the art and stuff like that. Yeah, man. Those days are definitely like they far away, man. I'm not gonna say they're gonna be gone forever because I feel like even with what I'm doing, I'm trying to bring vinyls back. Like I actually think in some kind of capacity, I think it will, like, as far as like physical media, like vinyls and CD stuff, I feel like it will retain some kind of value and have some kind of rarity, since everyone's not trying to manufacture as much like it was back in the days. It will actually be valued when somebody actually has an Abyss vinyl versus back in the day where there was kind of over manufacturing. So I think that we can actually, kind of benefit off that a little bit.
I agree. I think that's really where the utility of music NFTs come in, right? Where you can do physical merch. You can, even if it is digital, the exclusivity of it, that you only get it through ownership. You know what I mean? Like anybody might be able to stream your music, but do you own it? Do you own the things that come along with it? And I feel like that's our opportunity to have that resurgence of collectibles, you know what I mean? And being a vinyl collector, we NFT collector, you know what I mean? CD collector. That's where I see it going.
That's dope. That's dope. Hey man, dope perspective. Let's go ahead and rotate on over to Losi. Hey Losi, how has the internet changed the music you listen to?
Yeah, well, first of all, I just wanted to preface by saying that I completely agree with Abis, and I think that even I am like, I'm 24, right? But I still remember when I was like younger and I couldn't, like, in my car, for instance, like I could only play the music through a CD, and it's like you had to kind of like wait for the songs to pass, and the CD aspect of like holding things and everything was.
Somebody's unmuted. Wonderful, maybe. I think you're unmuted.
Yeah, but anyway, like just saying that I now how everything is so like accessible, and it just seems to me like not only the music industry has changed with the internet, but I feel every other industry, like watching movies is different now. And I think one thing is that it just feels less special for one, because it's so there's just so much of it, and it's like it doesn't feel like exclusive, or it doesn't feel like there's just every day there's a new song every day. There's like thousands and thousands of songs, and it's become of like, I don't want to say it like this, but it's kind of like a commodity now, in a way. And I feel like what Abis was saying about NFTs being kind of like the bringing some of the old things about music back, about that making music special again, is where NFTs are coming in and playing an important role. And I always like to think like nostalgia always wins, like everything I think comes back full circle. And you see it now, like vinyls are starting again to become a thing, just connecting with fans and doing things because of the art again, which is awesome. But I don't want to be so negative about the internet and how it has changed the way we listen to music, because I definitely think there's been a lot of positive things. One of them, I think, is discoverability. I feel like maybe, for instance, like growing up, you would most likely listen to the music that your parents listen to and be influenced by that. And whereas now, if you have the internet, you have like all of these communities and possibilities that open you up to this whole world of other genres that you are like, wow, I did not know I would have loved that. Like had it not been because I'm here like surfing the internet and came across people who listen to that type of music, like for me at least, I discovered recently that I love Afrobeat, and I would have never like come across Afrobeat if it wasn't because I've connected with people over the internet who are passionate and who make that type of music and who introduced me to that genre. So the internet allows for this interconnectivity of communities of people that also allow us to listen and discover new genres that we would have never knew needed. Like Krover said, Krover always says on his faces, you know, like we discover music that we never knew we needed, and that's because of the internet also. So yeah, that's my take on it.
That's dope.
Okay, I'm glad you took that turn, that twisty turn back around to something positive. But nah, I mean, it's real easy to kind of, you know, slope into either side, because there are, you know, there's cons and there's pros to what's going on too. You know what I mean? But let's go ahead and go over to Mr. Wonderful. What's good with you, Wonderful? How has the internet changed the music you listen to?
All right, so for me, it like when the internet boomed with music, I got sent away, right? So for me, right, the internet was the only way we was getting music in the feds, right? So that's why it was like I remember when Fab mixtape dropped, it was like big time stuff in there. So, but as far as for artists, I think it's what many of us said. Like I remember the in stores and so those experiences are were like not there. But I'm happy about Web3 because that's the only way I've been actually like buying music other than going to like events. So for me, it got me back into right, supporting artists. So it's hard to see who you support, like, or it's hard for them to see your support when you watch the YouTube or stream the song. So for me, it at least like lets your peoples know, like, ah, my God did tap in. So I like to, I don't knock that way of putting out music, but I never put out music that way, so it don't even affect me. Right? That's why I'm able to just go full-fledged Web3, because I don't put music out. I have never put music out, but I've done hundreds of songs. So this allows me, this space is allowing me to, like, I thought I couldn't do music no more because I was no longer the guy, right? So a lot of our young people feel they got to do certain things just to even do music. Mind you, I'm coming home a super grown man, and I feel I can't do music no more because I don't trap, I don't pop bottles no more. I'm not doing those things so I just felt I couldn't do music. Like Web3 allowed me to do music again. So that's why I'm thankful, like, for the space. And you know, if things work for people, I tell them to keep doing it. If Web2 works for people, do it. Right? Just too many people I speak to, it don't work for them. So I don't know why they continuing to do it instead of at least trying something new.
Yeah. That's a great perspective, man. It's a great perspective. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. But you know, it's gonna be hard for, you know, everybody to be open-minded. But that's why we here. You know what I'm saying? That's why we here to kind of shed light on what's going on outside of, you know, the traditional way of putting out music or even participating in a music driven community. I know this is one of my first time, like when I came into Web3, I didn't even know what a music driven community was. Like I never seen anything like this. You know, it was completely new to me, you know what I'm saying? But you know, as we continue to grow and show people that there's other ways, I think they'll be able to open up, you know what I'm saying, and experiment, you know, along with us. But with that being said, Krover, how has music, how has the internet changed the music you listen to today?
Oh man, to be honest, like I came up kind of late from it because like I never had a computer of my own till I was like way in like my early 20s, I think. And so like I kind of missed the whole, I just had MP3 players and I would go get instrumentals from my homie's house and I would just have the same instrumentals just going over and over again, like old school shit like that. And but from what I'm catching up on and what I'm noticing, it's kind of already been mentioned from everyone. Mostly the accessibility. I think that's a big thing. Like it changed it changed the way you could market your music in so many different ways also. Because before you were, you know, rapping on the corner or wherever the meetup was, and you were either battling or you're putting on performances on the sides of the streets and shit. And you know, I just think it evolved. It helped everything evolve into the way it is now. A lot of people wouldn't have been able to be found. You wouldn't even know half of these artists existed if there was no internet. And I think it changed everything drastically. And then you know what? It also probably decreased the pure value of it, I think. So now that I'm thinking about it, because if you think about it, it would have to go to millions of people now because it's on the web, it's worldwide. Before it was like, you know, a real collector's piece. Like you were collecting their stuff, you got it from them at their store or whatever, at one of their shops or at the back seat of their whip or some shit. Like for when you're selling those mixtapes back in the day. I just think it's changed. It's changed everything. In a lot of crazy ways, but I think it devalued it because you have to make it more accessible. In order to do that, you'd want to get your costs down lower, and it would be able to be accessible to more people. And that's where all these companies came in and started creating things like the royalties and the Spotify's and all this and that. And I guess you could really go deep down into that rabbit hole, but I think it definitely changed the accessibility, discoverability. Like Losi said, I think that was one thing I had written down here too. And you know, I think just in the sense that you could build around, you know, like you could build your own community worldwide at like literally at your fingertips. And I think that helps a lot of artists. That I mentioned this in spaces a lot of times, right? I'd say, you know, a dope thing about Web3.
Oh no. Right at the brink of the.
They got him. They got him. Just got him again. No. All right. We gonna keep it moving. If he comes back in, we're gonna go ahead and go to Sapphire. Same question for you. How has the internet changed the music you listen to?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it, I agree with a lot of what has been said. I would say, in my opinion, on the onset of the internet, right, it created one, it took away the soul of music in a sense, because you had the priority switched. Instead of it being about this person that had this unique voice or unique vision, it became, how can we mass produce this? And so you have all these ubiquitous artists that all kind of sound the same. And because the record label machine wanted to pump out, because like Abyss mentioned, that consumption, you know, that everybody wanted to consume more faster. And so, you know, when I think record labels and executives saw that the money making potential, it shifted from being about the art to being about just making money. And I think, you know, obviously as artists and creatives, we want both, right? But I feel like you lost that that unique aspect that a lot of artists that we mentioned. You don't have James, you know, you would be able to know James Brown from, you know, from Prince, for example, because they have this unique gift and the way that they freak it. And then they just have a unique sound, and then the labels just started pumping it out. And I think another thing about that is gatekeepers. And I think that's just like a byproduct of them wanting to mass produce all this music and put people in the record label factory where everybody kind of sounds and looks and dresses the same, and everybody's on just a low chakra, you know, violence, hypersexual like frequency. Not that there's a time and place for that, but when everything is that, what happens is that you have gatekeepers, and unless you're willing to sound like that and dress like that, you're not going to move forward. But now with Web3, and one of the things I'm most excited about is you are going to start seeing people come out of the woodworks that are unique, that are authentic, because you don't have the gatekeepers anymore saying you can't put your music out. If you're showing up every day in the Twitter space, if you're producing your music, if you're pumping it out there, if you're on YouTube, if you want it, basically, you can be found, you can be discovered. Kind of like Losi said, we all are discovering music we would never have access to. So That's what I'm excited about, because somebody like myself, like I honestly was more of a writer. I have no desire to perform necessarily, and especially if I had to like conform or be somebody I'm not. But now I know I can, number one, I can keep my master's and my license if I do it right. And the internet gives you all the tools to do that. Number two, I can be my full authentic self. And if you vibe with me, cool. If you don't, I'm not your cup of tea, and that's cool too. So like the web internet now with Web3 removes those barriers where we don't have to keep hearing everybody sound the same. And if you really want it, and if you got that thing, you put it out there and you can make it happen.
That's right. Well said.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Yeah, because that was the biggest thing for me. You know, I had a couple, you know, experiences within the music industry, and it kind of spoke to everything you just said. You know, I tried that hand, and I was like, you know what I mean? I want to keep my artistic integrity. You know, I want to keep, you know, my creative process my own still. You know what I mean? So, you know, I wasn't willing to compromise in that sense, at least to the degree that, you know, they were kind of like inching at me to do. So, you know, I just kept it moving, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. And now, you know, all of a sudden here comes Web3, where you can like just be yourself. And I'm like, oh, this is exactly why I did that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so happy that I made that decision. But yeah, so we do have Crover. So Crover is going in and out, and we also got Mr. Wonderful coming in and out. So guys, just work with us on the technical difficulties. But in the meantime, I want to take this time to actually shout out the audience. Everybody watching, I appreciate you guys pulling up, you girls and guys, for pulling up to the show. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all been y'all got some real good comments. We got a few questions too lined up for the end of the show. But yeah, shout out to everybody. I see Mikey Mo in the building. Shout out to Mikey Mo, the MC.
In the building.
Shout out to the Holy Benz. Shout out to Machiavelli. Machiavelli in the building. Shout out to Estuardo.
Hey, got a squad in here. Squad. Akcb.
In the building. Shout out to Reen. Reen is going ham in the chat. Reen is like turned. She's so turned. Hey, keep turning up, Reen. We love that energy. Shout out to the Blockchain Finance and Value channel. That is the homie. He said Marvin Gaye. Oh yeah, that's another good one to put on the list.
Oh, for sure.
That's a good one to put on the list. But yeah, shout out to y'all, man. We really appreciate y'all pulling up. But do me a favor, go ahead and drop some more questions in the comments so we can get to them at the end of the show.
And also subscribe to the channel. If you like what you hear, you're gonna want to come back. So subscribe. Obviously, put the noti bells on. You know what I'm saying? Plug in.
She working.
Yeah, hey, shout out to Sapphire. Hey, yeah. I needed to say that, but Sapphire said it for me. Appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even really be doing it like that. But you know the vibes. Hit that like button, hit subscribe button, hit the share button, do all of that. Also, y'all got a chance pinned up at the top. We actually got the Beast on Air Twitter too as well. So go ahead and follow that. You know what I'm saying? So we got that. But yeah, with that being said, we actually about to switch over. We about to go into another segment, and this segment is not based around questions. This is based around artists and music. So if you guys want this alpha, you know, by way of listening to some of this music that's about to get ready to drop, you know what I'm saying? We're going to go ahead and start out with Abyss. So the homie Abyss, man, he got an absolute banger coming out, but I'm going to let him tell you about it, and then we're actually going to go ahead and play it. Abyss, tell him about this banger that I got over here.
That's right. So it's my new single. It's called Goddess. It drops on Mother's Day, so it drops this Sunday. It's for the ladies. Yeah, that's right. It's for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? It's basically my motivation behind it. I talked about it a little on my Twitter page the other day, but I made the beat, and I was just inspired by the beat. I couldn't stop listening to it. It was different than anything I'd really made. It was kind of almost like a slow jam kind of vibes. And I just had it on repeat. And I do that. I listen to my beats a lot, but not like this. It was just, you know, sometimes you just get that vibe. So I sat with it for a minute, and then I started feeling like I wanted to write to it, because normally I give it to the crew and see whoever wants to vibe to it. But I was like, nah, this got something special on it. So I sat with it. I didn't want to rush the process. And then one day it just came to me. I named the beat Goddess, just happenstance, you know, it sounded like that to me. And then the idea came of like, you know, like goddess in real life, right? Like if what was my ideal situation of if I was courting a young lady and she was everything I wanted, you know what I mean? She checked all the boxes and all the stars was aligning, and you know what that feeling would look like if I were to meet her and fall in love, essentially. And so that was kind of my motivation to write it. I sat down, I wrote it in one sitting, which is also very rare for me. Recorded it that the same night. I was just on a vibe. So yeah, so that's it in a nutshell. And then well, after I finished it, I was like, damn, this really stands for something, you know what I mean? Because how many hip hop songs you hear right now that's not talking about misogyny and bitches and hoes, and you know what I mean? So I was like, man, it's like on some old LL Cool J, like I need love vibes, you know what I mean? So the culture really needs that right now, you know what I mean? So I feel real good about it. So that's the story about Goddess.
Yeah, it's so wild. It's so wild, right? So if any of y'all know my wife, I have her in my bio, and her name is actually Awesomeisjayell on Twitter. So you know, yeah. So with that being, she's actually in the audience now. But with that being said, I played her the record, and she loved the record. You know what I'm saying? So that's a great sign. That's a great sign. Hey, I like it too, man. It's a vibe. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. This is Goddess by Abyss.
Baby, you my God.
Let's go ahead and restart.
Baby, you my goddess. I'm just being honest. You know that you're beautiful, but you still keep it modest. Hardships you've been through with you, but you still get them comments. More than just a physical attraction, let's be honest. Amongst the stars in space, another time and place. As we ride, we vibrate at a higher rate. And the feelings are real when I'm with you. Sounds something deliberate. I wanna make this official. Baby, you my goddess. I'm just being honest. You motivate my grind so I can drape you in the finest. Ain't no other woman make me wanna hang my jersey. Swerving in and out these curves, but knowing they ain't worthy. Fishing in the sea for me is kinda like a baby you punt. I'm not a player, I just crush. And now y'all finish your done. When you start spitting my bars, I knew that you was the one. We be chillin', having fun. You show mad love to my son, like he was your own, even though yours is grown. Know it had to be rough, but you made it on your own. You're not bitter, your mom's got a good relationship with him. Taught you how to hold the man down and pass down the figure. Pops taught you how to box and how not to get got by these fast talking hustlers on the block. I'm just shocked at how you made it this far without so much as a scar. You shine bright, your light glowing like the North Star. Baby, you my goddess. I'm just being honest. You know that you're beautiful, but you still keep it modest. Hardships you've been through with you, but you still get them comments. More than just a physical attraction, let's be honest. Amongst the stars in space, another time and place. As we ride, we vibrate at a higher rate. And the feelings unreal when I'm with you. Sounds something delivered, I wanna make this official. Cause baby, you my goddess. I'm just being honest. You're the only one I need. Believe me, I promise. I'll put in the work like Creed. I'll make sure we solid. Just be my Bianca, baby. I'll be your Adonis.
Yeah. That's Goddess.
Talk like that, you gonna have the ladies run around the corner.
Yo,
it was a vibe.
They was rocking with it, Abyss. They was rocking with it. I told you it was fire. I was like, bro, this is a banger. So bright, this is a banger. And hey, and when are you minting this again? Is this minting on Mother's Day?
No, so I tried to switch the strategy up a little bit. I'm gonna release it to the DSPs on Mother's Day. And I'm gonna let it resonate with the community, and then I'm gonna drop the NFT a little later. So I wanted the NFT to mean something. You know what I mean? I didn't want to just drop it for no reason. So we're gonna come with a whole package. It's gonna be merch. It's gonna be merch for the ladies and everything. So it should be dope.
That's dope. That's you. See, you already done changed the game. You said merch for the ladies.
Yes, sir.
Come on,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Like, ain't nobody doing that. It's something so simple, bro. Like, why ain't nobody putting the ladies first, man? What's going on out here,
chivalry? Well, if this is bringing chivalry back, I appreciate that, brother.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Big facts, and that's something we need to see a lot more when it comes to Web3, man. We need to see a lot more of that in Web3. We got a long way to go. To go. Yeah. But look, we actually about to go ahead and slide on over to Sapphire. Yeah. Sapphire actually wanted to do something different today. She actually wanted to do a live performance. Hey. Are you ready for that live performance, or you want to wait? Like, what you want to do?
I'm gonna be. I mean, why not? So I'll preface it. Well, first of all, I gotta give a couple shout outs. First of all, shout out to the Most High and one true living God, Yahweh, who is my Savior, and Yeshua. And then hey Beja, if you're listening. Hey Beja, hey Fridge, TT loves you. Green, what up? Machiavelli, Soul Pickles, all my homies, I love you guys. That said, yeah, so honestly, this is my first live. I've done some Twitter things, and I guess that was my warm-up, but excuse the crass language, especially after I just shouted out God, but like my grandma always say, you shit or get off the pot. And so I know at some point I'm gonna have to get used to like doing this. And so I'm like, wow, who else better than with Awesomeisjayell? So the song I'm gonna do, because I feel like a lot of the music people are familiar with are like my SoundCloud jams, which some of them still hit, right? But that was more as like a songwriter. Those are not, I don't feel like they're fully representative of where I am at right now. And so this is something that is my top 3 gonna be my first music NFT. So I haven't decided. So we're gonna try this out. We're gonna rock with it. If it works, it works. If not, we can come back to me and I'll send you a little something. Let me get this ready. So this is called Merry-Go-Round. And it's kind of a head nod to some of my goats, which again would be Aaliyah, and you'll hear a little homage to Janet Jackson. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, and some people hear me say Sapphire Bardell, Miss Bardell. Well, actually, in fact, let me see. Yeah, it's probably not gonna, it's not mirrored, I don't think so.
No, we see it.
No, we can see it.
All right,
yeah.
so if
you're nasty, okay.
That's fire. That's fire.
You gotta be your own hype man sometimes. Okay, so all right, so Merry-Go-Round, this is gonna, like I said, this is gonna be, I have 5 songs I think I wanna drop as an EP, but I might do it as singles. And the top 3, this is gonna be one of the ones that might be my first mint. And so I'm gonna do this here live, so mess with me. All right, let's see. I'm gonna wait, first of all, let's make sure this here mic is on. Testing. How does that sound? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Does it make a difference if I use the mic or if we'll see. Let's make sure I don't get any feedback.
All right.
All right, here we go. Voila, in a minute. Let me go on beat to beat. Go on. Okay. Actually, I have to turn this up a little bit. Awesome. Okay. Oh, duh. I'm getting used to my, I got my little ghetto studio. Shout out to, give that to me. Oh yeah, Mr. Eat a Peach himself was the one that put me on the studio equipment. So shout out to him.
Shout out to Crypto Rap God.
Yeah.
He was on the last episode. Shout out to him.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. Y'all can hear me cool?
Nope. We can hear you.
All right. Tell me what's the deal? Show me how you feel. Is it make-believe or is it really real? I've never felt like this. You got me so self-conscious. Are you that somebody or are you someone else's? Give some he can feel. Random with my loving. Will he still be real? Although I know it's selfish, subliminals on the gram. You got me hella reckless. It means to an end. Or is it all just pointless? Rock the boat, nice and slow. Here we go, and you know I'm yours. Whenever you want, whenever you need it. Rock the boat back and forth. Here I come, and you know it's yours. Anytime, in any place, so you know how I am, you know how I be. I do it so damn good, yeah, I'm so discreet. Plus I need it every day, but what can I say? Let's let our bodies talk, we don't need to speak. Don't mean to make a fuss, had to let you know. I'm in it for the long haul, it comes to go. But first I need to know if I were to owe, it's really hurt you and me. Rock the boat, yeah. Rock the boat, nice and slow. Here we go. Rock the boat, back and forth. Here I come, and you know it's yours. Anytime, yeah, listen. Tell me, is it crazy to be feeling like this? Wanna be your baby, bestie and your bad bitch. Give a little sample, need a little leverage. See just where your head at, locate where your heart is. My love be so hearty, just like Nona sauces. I want the whole package, not just wraps and sausage. Other bitches chase you, they are all lost causes. Once I put it down, it's a wrap like gauzes. Rock the boat, rock the boat, nice and slow. Here we go. Rock the boat, back and forth. Here I come, and you know it's yours. Anytime, any place.
Hey.
Man, I need to get my soundboard right, man. I would have did all kinds of claps and emojis. I know. Hey, that was fire. That was straight heat, Sapphire. It was lit.
I felt I was being serenaded. I was like here, you know, vibing. Damn, girl, your voice is beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's a good one.
You know, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like you mentioned before, I like to rap and sing. I'm a writer at heart, and so I had to get out a little taste. I'm a very delicate flower, you know, extremely feminine. I'm all about my femininity, but you know what I'm saying? I do come from Chicago. I do hang with the hitters and the goons, so they're not
not the hitters and the goons. Nah.
In the past life, I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm saved now.
Nah, it was fire. The bars was hidden. The cadence was hidden. I was listening, so I liked it. It was fire. Yeah, like, so what do you have coming up? I know you said you're gonna choose one of the 3 songs, and maybe be your first NFT. Yeah. Do you have anything further planned than that, or are you still just trying to figure everything out?
There's some refining, but I actually have some kind of outrageous ideas. One, there's so when I first got into the Web3 space, I kind of was learning as I went. So I actually have an NFT project on OpenSea called Miss Bardolphy Nasty. It's just photos because, like I said, I feel like I was coming out of the woodworks and nobody knew who I was. So it was a way for me to like show off fastest, like let you know what you're getting into, so you can't be surprised. You know what I'm saying? What you see is what you get. So it's just photos, a few little song snippets. But what I want to do is I actually have like a 3-phase thing with my music. I don't want it to just be songs. I want it like one phase of it to be, you know, access to like, you know how performance art is set up? Like I want to have venues that's like going to be curated with art and like music that you would actually go to, and it would be like a traveling thing. I actually have a little holographic thing I want to do on the 3rd thing that I release, where it's going to be a physical thing that's like, you know, you don't hear anybody talking about that. And then I have a project in the works that's more of a right now it's like a comic, like it's art pop, like it's a chibi art mixed with a potential to go in like the direction of like a comic, and it's called B3GM, which is Brown Girl, Brown brown boy, brown girl magic. And it's just not, you know, everybody all of the diaspora, indigenous people, native, Indian, anybody with a little melanin in it is dedicated to us, all shades. And the art is really cool. It's like chibi art, like I said. And so I have some things planned. I feel like this is like my first step. First step is establishing the music, getting some supporters, like, because I feel like some of my ideas are ambitious and it's going to take the right support, whether that's a community or an angel investor. I haven't decided yet, but I know it's gonna pop. It's about to fall into place and align and all of that. So I don't know if that was a really convoluted way to answer. I have some plans. It's gonna start with a music NFT and branch off into other aspects of art. Long story short.
Okay. Yeah, we got you. Yeah, that sounds dope. Yeah, be sure to pull back up and let us know when you're dropping something, when you got it figured out, like exact dates and stuff like that. But no, that's dope. I encourage you to continue to take your time and let it flow to you. Don't rush it. Don't rush your process. The people gonna be here. As you can see, the people love your sound already. You know what I mean? They're not going anywhere anytime soon.
I appreciate that, because FOMO is real, right? Like I said, I've been here. I started building Web3 last year, and you will, like, the speed, like, time is different. You know what I'm saying? Just like time is different in outer space, time is different in Web3. So you do start to feel like, oh, I need to do something, or, you know, I need to strike while the iron is hot. I know we're early, but will I still be early if I wait 6 months to a year? So you know, I have that in the back of my head, but I don't want to rush the process because I've waited this long, right? So I want to make sure what I do, like, I like to do everything with excellence, because how you do anything is how you do everything. So if I have to wait a little longer, I guarantee it'll be worth the wait. Just let it marinate. You know what I'm saying?
Also, I do see Adam. Shout out to Adam Bloom. What's good with you, Adam? He said Abyss produced a fire track. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, when I heard that I was gonna hit you on the back end, I was saying, but I was like,
immediately.
I feel you, Adam. Yes, that would be.
Yeah, let's connect though. I really, you got a great voice, and you know, I'd love to work with you. So yeah, let's do it.
See, that's the magic of Beast on Air, man. See, that's what we need.
Come at me with the goddess. I'm like, oh, he's describing me.
Okay. All right, bet. Yeah, that collab will be fire. I can't wait to see it. That sound lit. Yeah, Abyss production with Sapphire's voice, man. Yeah, that's out of this world.
It sound like it go together, you know.
Yeah, it do. Yeah. It does.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely.
Shout out to my man Adam. I already know he always working to orchestrate things in the back end. So shout out to Adam.
With the alley-oop right? from the back corner. Too. I'm like, what, Adam? he been watching the whole time. I already know he in the cut. But yeah, let's go on over to Krover.
Real quick.
Bro, do you have a track you want to play today?
Yeah, I think I sent it to you, bro.
Oh, you did? Okay. Did you email it or what?
Yeah, I emailed it. I just did like half an hour before this thing started, probably.
Oh,
maybe.
Okay.
So it might just be recent. Unless you need me to pull it up, I could pull it up. But
hold on. Let me see. Let me check this real quick. I'm real fast on the email, man. I'm real fast.
Yeah, man. You're probably set up better to play the music anyways.
Yeah, I am. I actually didn't receive it. So, let me see. Do you have that email that I sent you?
Yeah, bro. The Beast on Air sign.
Yeah. So send it there, and I could play it, or I could pull it up on whatever. If you got it on SoundCloud or anything like that too. But in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and slide on over to Losi real quick. What's up, Losi?
What's up?
What's up? Losi ready to go.
Yo, she ready. She said, "What's up?" But yeah, let's so you want to get into chains then, huh?
I do.
Okay, so first, tell the people about chains. Isn't chains available on it's also available on Sound XYZ, right?
Well, no. Like yes and no.
Oh, okay.
I mean it minted on Sound XYZ, but it's already like minted out, like no more NFTs to be purchased like off
You mean
like
you've been
sound, it
sold
can
out,
be.
Loki? Is that what you?
Yeah,
Humble flex
yeah.
right now.
Yo, this is the wild part. The reason why I know, because I was looking at that Sound XYZ charts and it was on the charts, and I was like, "Oh, I know her." Like, what? I didn't even know you had a song out on there. It was crazy.
It was my Genesis drop actually, and it dropped earlier a month. Oh wait, a little bit over a month ago, April 5th. It was the drop. But yeah, now it's available everywhere. Actually, like streaming platforms, anywhere you name it, it is there.
Okay, cool. That is super dope. And let me see, can I pull it up? Boom, pull this up. Oh yeah, we do got sound. Okay, so tell us a little about the track before we get into it.
Yes, so Chains is a very special song to me because it talks about something that I dealt with for a long time in my life, which was an eating disorder. And this song basically speaks to that, which I called my chains that were holding me back for so long. And I just made it for everyone who has ever felt like that, because even though I wrote it for that specific like theme in my life, I think that all of us as humans have at some point experienced some kind of mental kind of limitation that hinders us from living authentically to who we are and just truly experiencing life. So I think the lyrics will probably speak for themselves, but yeah, that's kind of where the song's coming from. And in terms like musically, it has a bit of a Latin vibe to it in terms of the beat, but the song is in English itself. I'm also Colombian, yeah, I know, but I tend to write in English for some reason. It's harder for me to write in Spanish. Maybe I feel a bit more vulnerable. I don't know, like when I write in Spanish, it's weird to me. Although I do want to write a song in Spanish, which I'm working on. So hopefully that's coming. But that's it for the song. And yeah, I honestly enjoyed like making it so much. I think it's one of my favorites, and I also loved the kind of like drop. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is Chains by Losi.
Dignity, my liberty, destroying my identity, but you're not coming back to me. I swear this time is your defeat. The fear I had of being me is gone, and now I'm free. There's beauty in chaos, there's gold in pain. The past is stained, that's where it stays. I'm ready to live again. There's beauty in chaos, there's gold in pain. The past is stained, that's where it stays. I'm ready to live again. They told me answers were inside, but they've been hiding all my life. I felt so empty, what's to find, until I found my guiding light. A star that made me come alive, just when I thought I'd not survive. God, please, don't dim the lights. Life's a dream, when we are free, I'll trust my light to be my guide. When nothing's wrong, yet nothing's right, feels like I'm drunk on this life. There's beauty in chaos, there's gold in pain. The past is stained, that's where it
Yo, that was a whole vibe. If I didn't have a little dress on, I'd have been up here. You know what I'm saying? Quiero bailar. Like, no, honestly, like you sound like I pictured you like a fairy, the good angel, and a little fairy on my shoulder. Like, look, get it together. I love that you have a message in there, but it's still a box. And this is what I'm talking about. We could still, it's not corny or lame to be talking about real stuff that people can relate to, and still make them shake their tail feathers. So, Losi, I love that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and wow, like I'm glad you said that, because in my head that was the whole intention of the song, you know, to bring something unpredictable. You know, sometimes when we think of songs with meaning, it's like it has to be, you know, you cannot enjoy it, but rather like think about the meaning. But with this, I was like, if someone wants to sit down and listen to the message, then I love it. But again, I also want this to be something people just can dance to and vibe to. And so thank you for saying that. Really, really
there is beauty in pain. Why not do a Spanish version of this? I know you said it's hard to write. Why not do like that would be dope to have that in Spanish too, you know?
Hey, I like that idea. Damn, I like that, girl.
Yeah, that will refresh the record. It's like putting out a whole new record again.
Exactly.
Like, that's a great idea, Sapphire.
Could even get someone to help with that too. Like you said, if it's hard, if it's one of those tough things to do, then someone will be able to help. Someone will be able to help out there, like Max Pretends does that whole Spanish stuff, and
he actually challenged me. So we had this challenge where he had to write a song in French and I had to write a song in Spanish, because he's French and he has never like written a song and sang in French.
Wow.
We're still on it, you know, like none of us have finished the song, but you know,
it's your opportunity.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah.
That's lit. We definitely gonna make that happen. Whatever resources you need, we can put it together. You know what I mean? Between all of us, we got the resources for you. So yeah, let's get that going, Losi. Like, you know, as soon as you ready, we can go ahead and get that Spanish version ready, put it out there, you know, to the world, you know, light Miami on fire, you know. I could definitely hear that in Miami nightclubs. I'm surprised you're not playing all over Miami right now.
Seriously. We did that at Art Basel this year, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be in Miami for like 4 months, so you know, maybe I'll get that somewhere around in the nightclub here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all you got to do is pull up to a Spanish DJ or any kind of DJ really that plays like kind of like dance music. Oh, they will go crazy. They couldn't wait to spin it. I'm telling you that now. But let's go ahead and go on over to Krover. Thanks so much, Losi. That was fire. That was super fire.
And I'm gonna shout out to Krover real quick for how your beautifully rolled J's. Like those are like my mama used to make, like, you know what I'm saying, tight like a baby's bottom. Like
shout out to Krover for his rolling skills.
On the quickness, buddy.
Yeah.
Yo. So we over to my guy, Mr. 9000. That's what Machiavelli called you, Mr. 9000 in the building.
Yes, sir.
I do got your record, man. I got it pulled up and everything, man.
Awesome.
Do you want to talk about this record? Is 17 on this record as well, or
17 Dreams and Xavier's on the track? Because this is my first song that I ever, like, I just wrote music, bro. I never really, there was a lot of ups and downs. I won't get into the whole stories, but like, it was just something that I never ended up doing, was like recording serious songs. And you know, I told myself if I ever found the right people, you know what I mean? Like, and I just felt like it was proper, then let's rock it. And lately I just been running into all those people that I think I've been, you know, kind of waiting on. And we just kind of been cooking on the back ends. And this is the first one that we got mixed and mastered. So yeah, it's a banger. I love it.
Okay.
It's definitely not like my typical genre. I think a lot of people around me are pushing me and inspiring me to get into more different types of music. So this one definitely expands into that horizon there. But yeah, let's check it out. It's sick.
Okay, cool. It's called Bigger, right?
Yeah, it's called Bigger.
All right. So here's Bigger by Krover 9000. Zay Rossetti, and 17 Dreams.
Also, I go by the name The Basics. Crover 9000 is just my Twitter name. I should have mentioned that in the beginning. Sorry.
Okay. Hey, Crover 9000 is a fire name too.
Yeah, it's dope.
But okay. All right, let's get into it. Here's Bigger.
Pockets get bigger and bigger, wallet get thicker and thicker. This year making 6 figures, on bitch ass is getting real thicker. Money in the bank get bigger and bigger. Bitches on my line, I hear them that flippin'. Quarter in my cup, pop pour and sippin'. Pair of music, she's tryna unzip 'em. Pockets get bigger and bigger, wallet get thicker and thicker. This year making 6 figures, on bitch ass is getting real thicker. Money in the bank get bigger and bigger. Bitches on my line, I hear them that flippin'. Quarter in my cup, pop pour and sippin'. Pair of music, she's tryna unzip 'em.
My money is getting way bigger. I play with them dollars, keep hands on the trigger. I was mistreated, now I'm undefeated. You say that we done, why the fuck is you tripping? I was just solid, knew what I'll be calm, cause I came from the slums and they doubted me, they never listen. Now that you'll come to me, talking my company. If he fall out, then it's none of my business. I know the best, now I'm in the first quarter. I got drip like I'm stepping in water. Spitting shit like I got a disorder. She loving my accent, I'm just a New Yorker. My money won't never get shorter. Why they keep on talking on my name? Why they keep on chatting on these lies? Like we don't never put in pain. That's my game, that's my squad. All them up and I send them to God. Bodies jobbing, they looking like flies. I'm missing my brother, he up in that sky. And it's still for the guys, that's forever. Keep it knocking, it's all on my sweater. Just in case a nigga try to touch us, we gon' up it in. Yeah.
Pockets get bigger and bigger, wallet get thicker and thicker. This year making 6 figures, on bitch ass is getting real thicker. Money in the bank get bigger and bigger. Bitches on my line, I hear them that flippin'. Quarter in my cup, pop pour and sippin'. Pair of music, she's tryna unzip 'em. Pockets get bigger and bigger, wallet get thicker and thicker. This year making 6 figures, on bitch ass is getting real thicker. Money in the bank get bigger and bigger. Bitches on my line, I hear them that flippin'. Quarter in my cup, pop pour and sippin'. Pair of music, she's tryna unzip 'em.
Cell with pain, I used to pray for change. Whoever would have thought I'd ever see these days that I made it from the trap to Mount Views in range. And I got them all shook cause they know the name. I used to cook it all at my grandma's house. Crazy, I'm in this phantom now. Crazy, I'm in this mansion house. Looking at the sky like y'all missing out. But watch out for me, no longer here. If they plotting on me, please make it clear. Snakes in the grass, I know they're near. Some want these likes, I wanna disappear. Cause I remember nights all alone. Could not afford, now rock the yo. AKCB, that's the gang now. Past the bands and I'm out the door.
Pockets get bigger and bigger, wallet get thicker and thicker. This year making 6 figures, on bitch ass is getting real thicker. Money in the bank get bigger and bigger. Bitches on my line, I hear them that flippin'. Quarter in my cup, pop pour and sippin'. Pair of music, she's tryna unzip 'em.
Fire.
Yeah.
That joint was heat, bro. Yo, Crover, you humble out here in these streets, bro. That joint is a banger. That's a banger, bro. That's a bro. Every track I heard was straight heat. Straight heat. Everybody had the heat today, man. They brought the heat.
Everyone was sick, man. I loved it.
Yo, Crover, man. Hey, man. Hey, what can we expect from you in the near future, Crover? Like, what you got going on? I know you just got back into music, like, you know, with jumping into Web3, because man, it's so easy to collab in Web3, man. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is meet somebody and then you just call them, and then next thing you know, you got a track out. So what do you see coming up for yourself next?
Oh man, there's a whole list of things, to be completely honest. Shout out to Mocha Onlys. We've started just like a music brand amongst a bunch of us, and you're gonna see a lot more of that, I think, pop up. Hopefully more with this music. I'm just gonna keep trying to perfect my craft here and get things right the way I want them. And I would just love to just collab with everyone. You know, I just want to get a song with everybody. I think that would be dope. That's like my main focus, is just collabs. Like, I could work on an album, I could work on something by myself, but I've always just been the type that wants to collab and do things with like a different beat maker, producer. different artists, and I've met so many dope people. Like, it only feels right that I eventually get a track in with everybody. But yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot of dope stuff happening, and yeah, without too much spilling too many beans, because I gotta kind of not say too much, just because I want to keep it hush till we get things proper, and then I'll be able to explain more type thing. But you know, I guess just more music, and the Beat Street Saturdays that we do every weekend, every Saturday at 1 p.m. PST. That's West Coast time. We get it popping, man. There's a lot of things that happen in those spaces, and they've been going on for 20 plus weeks now. And I think I'm just gonna keep doing that, and you know, connecting people. That's my favorite thing to do on Twitter, is just the networking, and being able to be like, yo, I got the perfect person for you right there, boom, and just, you know, kind of do it like that. And yeah, hopefully some more tracks. I got so many verses. I'm just waiting on some beats, like some good old school hip hop. You know what I spit to, bro. So like, I'm looking for some dope old school 90s boom bop instrumentals, and then when I find the right ones, we're gonna put it together. So that's kind of just where I'm at right now, searching for that.
Yeah, my guy Biz got the heat, man. He got the heat. He got all genres, man. He can do boom bap, man. Hey,
was that his beat earlier? Whoever played that song about the goddess?
Yeah, that was his beat. That was him.
That brought me back to like the old school days, bro. Like old school painting days, dog. And I'm just thinking that beat's so fire. The song was dope too, but the beat was dope. And so that's okay, dope. Cause I mess with that. So
he's trying to curb the enthusiasm.
Yeah, man, that was a dope track though, for real. So the production was fire on that one, because it brought me back. So yo, that was dope. Thanks for letting me play.
We'll link up, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And yeah, like Krover said, he throw these dope spaces every Saturday. This dude be in there, like, I swear he be in there like 12 hours.
4 hours.
And it's a straight music space. It's straight music. People doing live performances. They coming in. They doing open mic. They playing music. Like, it's like a straight party every Saturday. And it's always packed. It's like the club on Twitter space. Like, so shout out to Krover, man. And the wild part, he's been doing this since a kid called Beast dropped. He just started doing it. He just never stopped. I'm like, dude, like, you the GOAT for this. Like, he just doing it how many weeks have you done it now?
20 plus, bro.
Yeah. It's crazy. Multiple hours, man. Yo, salute to you. I'll definitely be there Saturday. If y'all can make it, y'all should pull up too. Another dope space where you can come there and meet new music artists, like producers, mixers, engineers, singers, you name it. They all there in that space every Saturday. So
it is a vibe. I can attest. I've been and it is a freaking vibe. Crow is the best host.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have to pull up, and you know that would be great for Gnome too.
Yeah, and I'm trying to connect a lot of producers, because we got a dope idea with some like beat battles and stuff, bro. Not like battles, I guess, maybe, but just trying to get all the producers. So shout out to the producers, man. If you guys are around, tap in, because we're trying to get you guys linked up and do some cool shit where you guys kind of just like pick a sample, you guys all kind of chop and do it, and then you guys all share what you guys each did with it. And then that just kind of brings the producers all in one area, and then the artists will know that's the spot to go find producers in Web3 to work with for your new tracks. And then it's just like easy pickings, because everyone's kind of split up, bro. Let's bring everyone together and fucking work as a unit. And then I think that'd be a cool space that we could formulate. And shout out to Eric, the producer, for the idea. And you know, I just want to be able to try to gather all that around. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a cool idea. And if we could do it, and you know, like I said, artists will just be able to go there and be able to, yo, that's a fire producer. I want to work with that dude, you know, and I never would have met that dude unless there was a space like that. And that's like, I encourage people to do more spaces. Lots of people should be doing spaces, because you never know who gets connected of what in all these spaces. It's actually ridiculous. So shout out to Web3 and the movement and the power of the networking and everything that's been going on. It's really crazy the last year and a half. I'll admit.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy. And that's part of the reason why we having these episodes too, is because a lot of the times, man, it's so many dope music spaces out there. People don't even know where to start. You know what I'm saying? And so we want to kind of at least start pointing them in some type of direction to get started, so they can start the networking. You know what I'm saying?
Has one, Rocky 2 Grimy. He does it on Tuesday. It's kind of a hybrid though. He will feature an artist, and
I gotta write that down.
To be on there. Yeah, like all y'all, he'll like feature you for like a whole hour and a half, play your songs, get to know you, and then they have open mics. So Rocky 2 Grimy, shout out to you if you're listening. That's on Tuesdays, I think 8:30 Eastern, something like that, 7:30. So, but yeah, just follow Rocky 2 Grimy. Obviously, Beast FM for all y'all. A kid called Beast. Like Beast FM will play some tracks.
Yeah,
that's every day though, right?
Every day.
Yeah,
Beast FM is every day.
Shout out to Jet, Machiavelli.
Shout out to Matt. Yeah, shout out to Jet. Yo, shout out
Louis,
to
always playing tracks.
Love Louis. Yeah, that's another one.
Miss T.
Miss T. Royal Dreads. That's another.
Oh yeah, Royal Dreads. Yeah.
Jaden does the daily UBR at 11.
Oh yeah, Jaden's every day too. That's crazy.
That one's a vibe. And there's another beast out actually,
sick.
Soul Pickles. I think Soul Pickles is in the audience.
Hey, Soul Pickles.
Oh yeah, Soul Pickles.
Yo, yeah, he does one.
Yeah, his space is so fire. He invited me as a guest one show when he first started. It's so like organic, like it's dope.
It's
like another dope space.
Fan vibes.
The way he curates it, even the order, the artist he picks, and then the order he plays the beat in, and that's actually shout out to him because I was still hiding out behind the scenes, and he was just like, look, and he played my music with Beast FM, and that's how I met Machiavelli. So he's very, very much responsible for me where I'm at right now today, and he's just an awesome person in real life. I love him.
Yeah, he's cool, man. Hey, so there you hear, man. There you go.
Go DJ.
Yeah, that's the Twitter space sauce, man. It's so many. It's funny because I started this today. I was like, man, I need a Web3 music show schedule that I need to line up. I need to be going to a new music space every day, you know. So I'm just lining that up right now.
I just thought about it. Dre the Noid, he's also a beast, but obviously his own establishment.
Oh yeah, Dre.
He comes in right after me. Yeah.
So here's what y'all gonna do Saturday. After your brunch and all that and your shenanigans, you're gonna hop into Kroger space because it's gonna be going from brunch to midnight, and then right after that, hop into Dre the Noise space and plug in with us.
Till midnight.
Yo, it's wild, man. It's wild. I gotta keep up. Man. I thought I knew. I thought I had a hand on the pulse, but nah, man. Y'all put me on the game. But yeah, that's fire. I'm actually get a schedule put together, like for real, and start shooting that out, like. Hey, these are the spaces, like kind of itinerary for the music spaces. You know what I'm saying? Even if some interfere with each other, it don't matter as long as we post it up so people will have choices to be able to go to whichever one they want to go to.
Yeah.
I think that would be dope. And bring more awareness to the music space. You know what I'm saying? What everybody doing.
On board somewhat too, because that's the thing. I've been trying to refresh my Twitter algorithm because it is kind of like redundant, and so I'm like, I want to start onboarding and connecting with other people. So I'm like, we just got to start bringing, Web3 is fine. And like, I'm glad we're early, but let's start increasing mass, adoption and start getting some of our friends involved. Cause I'm tired of them thinking I have imaginary friends because they don't get Web3.
Literally. Everyone thinks I'm crazy too. Sapphire, you're not alone. And I'm
don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
wait, guys,
crazy.
Real quickly, I remembered because there's this Twitter profile that is called Music NFT Spaces, and they post like daily. They have a list of all the music spaces that are going on that day and the time. So it's like AM, 7:30, blah, 11, blah, 11, 12, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can literally go there, and they start, if they catch a space, they'll post about it. So that's super cool because you always see all the music spaces that are going on, which is so many, sometimes feels overwhelming, but at the same time, that's amazing because, you can always vibe out to music.
Jay, are you taking notes, bro? This is a lot.
Bro, I'm right now. I just followed Music NFT Daily. I just turned on the notifications. I'm right now all these shows, bro. Like I'm not playing. They really dropping gems right now. That's crazy. Yo, another gem that I just found out about too is Decentralized. Like people are performing in the metaverse on Decentralized like weekly.
Is that different than spatial? Is that different?
Yeah, it's different than
another
spatial.
metaverse.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on Ethereum. It's on Ethereum.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Yeah, it's different.
Facial is starting to pop off too. It's
Yeah, it is.
Facial as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So
what do you guys think of? Oh, sorry. Give her Lucy.
No, go ahead. You go first. First.
I was gonna say, like, what do you think's gonna be happening when the other side releases, like all that? Do you guys think people are gonna be building things inside that metaverse?
What do you mean? What other side?
Like when the game releases, like if you guys have ever seen the actual game footage, it's an actual game.
Of which platform?
He talking about
it's like
Bored Ape Yacht Club has a metaverse. They got a metaverse
like
called the other side.
Metaverse.
Yeah.
Oh, the other side. Oh, gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, remember how there was like a few months ago that other side mint where like people minted lands and it came with like the codas, a few, that little animal. They released the trailer and it's gonna be like a game. But I think it's different, than from like a Decentraland and spatial, because those are more like metaverses where people can it's not like a game, it's like just a place where people can hang and just be there and perform and whatnot. Well, I think the other side is more so like a video game, but with their characters.
Is token gated probably too, you think, or no?
Yeah, I think that's going to be a bit more token gated.
Let me just plug this out, stir me a little ape and I'm going to be.
He said a little ape. They're like 60K. He said throw me a little ape.
And then I'll be there.
Give me a million.
That's crazy. But yeah, all right, we winding down to the end of the show. I'm gonna have to save the questions for next show. I'm gonna have to save the questions for the next show. Shout out to everybody who pulled up to the show. We really appreciate you guys. This was a dope show per usual. Fire. All I heard was straight heat. Of course, we all need to keep in touch. Make sure we all connect with each other, get each other's contact so we can, start working and collabing. But before we get out of here, I want to go to each and every one of you and do shout outs. I like to keep it old school, like an old school radio show. So do you have any shout outs, Abyss, before we get out of here?
Hell yeah. Shout out to the whole Mood Swings family. Shout out to the whole Noom team. I know some of my Noom family in here. If y'all not familiar with Noom, please do check that out. It's newm.io. They're really doing big things in the blockchain space, Cardano specifically, but it's going to branch out and really do something special. I also want to drop a little alpha too. It's so dope to hear y'all talking about all of these Twitter spaces. But as we know, Twitter is not a music platform. So I just want to make an announcement. I have this website called What's Next Radio, what'snextradio.com, and it will be a decentralized radio station. Basically, you become a member and artists submit songs to that platform. And as a voting member of the Decentralized Radio Organization, so the DRO, not the DAO, right? You can vote on the songs, and the songs that get the most votes make it on the radio station. So I'd love for all of y'all to be a part of that. I definitely want to tap into y'all, and we're just getting started, so look out for more for that.
Now, Abyss, me and you got to talk. We got to talk, bro. Absolutely, that is fire. That is a fire idea, man. I love that. We definitely gonna have to talk about that, bro. That's a banger, though. That's a great idea. I love that. I love it.
Let's go.
Yep, we're gonna get into it, man. We definitely gonna chop it up. All right, next we got Losi. Losi, do you have any shout outs before we wrap this thing up?
I do. I want to shout out this guy called Awesomeisjayell. He has a very cool show. Shout out to him. I want to shout out the audience for being here, for pulling up, for supporting the fam. I want to shout out the guests tonight. Really fun conversation. Had a great time. So thank you. And also a little alpha from my side. Speaking of metaverses, I will be performing in Decentralized next Thursday. for the mental health, kind of like this mental health month, and they're doing a 24-hour event on mental health. And so I'll be performing at 3 p.m. Eastern on Decentralized if you want to pull up. And yeah, that's about it. Again, thank you so much for having us. Had a great time, great meeting you guys. I know we'll see each other again on Twitter and around in Web3. So yeah, amazing. Thanks.
Oh, also, Losi, don't you do a weekly space too?
So it's not weekly. I do host spaces spontaneously, open mics. I'll post on my Twitter whenever I do. They are sometimes fun, but it's not weekly. But I do host sometimes spaces.
Okay, cool. Because I was about to say, I know I seen you like hosting a dope space the other day. I was like, I didn't know Losi did spaces, so that was cool. That was dope.
I do spontaneously do spaces, but yeah, I should do more. I enjoy them a lot. I'll probably start doing more actually.
Okay, cool. Let me know if you need a co-host. I'm down to co-host.
Hey, thank you. Yeah. I'll hit you up for sure.
Yeah, hit me up. All right, Sapphire, you got any shout outs before we get out of this thing?
Got a lot, but I'm gonna go fast. Thank you to you, first of all, and big ups to you for how you're using your IP. And I hope you have me back when you're on 85 South status. Don't get brand new, you know what I'm saying? Blow up. Right. Remember your girl. But shout out to my mom, Reen. Shout out to my dad, Melvin, Biaja, Melvin Jr., Bejalin, and Bridge. Those are my rocks. I have to shout out my Web3 friends. I'm going to try to go fast. And if I forget somebody, charge it to my head, not my heart. So obviously, like I said, Soul Pickles, Machiavelli, that's the homie, that's the road dog, that's the mentor, the sensei. Shout out to JC. Shout out to Lami. I think I said Soul Pickles. Like who else? Janelli Belly, Miss Gecko, all the queens that I rub elbows with doing big things that encourage me, that support me. Sophie. Oh my gosh, there's so many people. Yeah, and yeah, I just appreciate you all. I appreciate my alien friends and my Akcb family. And I just appreciate everybody that supports me, that hits me in the DMs. I love you all, and I appreciate it. And if you want to plug in with me, my artist page got suspended for I don't know what. But I'm using my old burner, which is at Vongelic, VONGELIC1. And then plug with me there and follow along with the ride. And I think you'll enjoy yourself.
Also, if you need
light, by the way.
Also, if you need help getting your old account back, yes. I can tap into some people for you.
You know Elon. Oh, if you know Elon, hey Elon. Like, look,
nah. It's not Elon. I'm not connected with Elon yet. I will be. Trust me, I will be. But nah, I got somebody else though that actually got a little knowledge about it. I seen people get their account back pretty fast.
I sent thing after the first of all, I don't even know why I got suspended. And it hurt my heart because I spent a whole year curating content, and it was like my first introduction to putting myself out there. So my cells were deflated, but I'm a go-getter, so I'm gonna get it. Last shout out I forgot about the first place I ever really started speaking in is it's a bomb-ass morning show. It's like 7 a.m. Central. It's called Mornings with Metadads and the Coffee Cup Clubs. We shoot the breeze. We act a nut and fool. So forgive me in advance if you catch me in there and I'm not acting like I got sense. It is what it is. Shout out to Metadad and all them too.
That's wild. Yo, I gotta shout out A-Dub Sigma. He always coming through with the jokes, man. Shout out to A-Dub Sigma. He talking about is Abyss and Jay brothers. This is an actual story. Look, Abyss, this is actually funny, like for real.
Okay.
Last night I was on my computer, like right here chilling, and your Twitter page happened to be up there, right? My wife comes by, is like, when did you post that picture? I'm like, that's not me. What do you mean? She was like, that's not you. She's like, y'all look alike. I was like, that's Abyss. And so I'm like, what? That's wild. This just happened last night.
Hey.
That's crazy. Look, then here come Machiavelli. Sapphire look like y'all's sister.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm trying to say we all look alike.
Oh yeah, we all look alike too, huh?
Right. What you trying to say?
Yo, I'm telling you, they be coming through with the jokes, man. They be coming through with the jokes. All right. All right, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Okay, Crover. Last but not least, we got the homie Crover. Also, man, before we get to Crover, shout out to Mr. Wonderful. He was actually having a lot of technical issues with his connection. So I will be bringing him back next show so we can just reset things and get him started off on the right track. I'm gonna work with him behind the scenes and see what's going on. I'm not sure if it's on my end or his end, but you never know. So we definitely gonna have him back next show. So shout out to Mr. Wonderful. I definitely appreciate you coming through, even though you had technical difficulties. We're gonna figure it out. So shout out to him. But Crover,
yo,
do you have any shout outs before we get up out of this thing, man?
Oh man, there'd be so many if I had to list them all. But yeah, shout out to everybody that I've met so far in Web3. You know what I'm saying? The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it, man. It's just like, put me on so much of what's going on and what's to come type shit. And so like I'm all for it. So shout out to Akcb, Psycho Kitty, shout out to Jesse Smith and the Carcass family. Shout out to all the Loaded Lines. Shout out to all the Crow fam. Shout out to everybody that I met on on all the other blockchains, because there's so many people to start listing. But for all the people that I'm doing music with and the people that I know that want to work soon, I'm looking forward to it and can't wait till we get shit popping, man, because it's gonna be sick. Let's grow, Machiavelli. Let's grow. Yeah, for reals, man. I can't wait. And luckily for me, because I know my connection's been real messy today, but it seems to have worked out for the best because I kept coming in at the right time, I guess. And so, shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to all you guys up in here, Losi, Biss, Sapphire, and awesome, bro, man. This is such a cool concept. I really dig it, and I can't wait to see what you keep doing with it, bro, for real. So, shout out to you, and I'll be tapping in all the time.
Word, definitely. Shout out to Sapphire with the cat love.
Yeah,
I got two cats myself.
Yeah. See, I knew it was something about you. Like I trust cat guys. They whip you into shape, and you better come pet them when they need to be pet. You better have them fed, so they got you trained, you ready.
Yeah. Cats don't play. They do not play at all. Like
my two are psychos, man. They're straight up psychos. And my dog too. You see my dog attacking me earlier on camera?
Yeah, I seen him.
Like, bro, chill out.
Embarrassing you.
He said, "Chill out, bro." He said, "Bro, chill out." All right. So let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. With that being said, this has been episode 3 of Beast on Air. And this is your boy, Awesomeisjayell, aka the biggest music artist in the metaverse. And we are signing off.
Peace.
Love and light.
Peace.
Let's
Peace
go.
out.